Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Holy shit, Prodigal Space 500 biddies. As I was saying, welcome to the show. What's going on, dude? Thank you for the 500 biddies. What an absolute fucking badass. Thank you for the clap. Sandy. How's it going, Sandy? Look at all these, look at these badasses. Prodigal Space, thank you for the 500 biddies. And you say I shall be lurking? Thank you, dude. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Everything you do for the channel, for the tribe. Fucking badass. Rigged, your face is rigged, Carl. Welcome to the show. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Look, I'm only 15 minutes late. It's not that bad. I told you guys, I'm always on time, 60% of the time. I'm excited for tonight's guest. I know you are, Sandy. I know you are. It's gonna be a fucking party today, you guys. We have Chena O, guitarist, established musician. And we're gonna be talking a little bit about her journey, about everything that led her up to this point. The new releases with both bands. She's got two awesome bands that we're gonna be talking about, and just generally being a badass. Like I don't know if you guys have seen. We posted the Instagram on Discord, and there was a lot of comments on like, damn, this fucking chick could shred, dude. And I was like, yes, that's the kind of stuff that I want you guys to check out. And it's been one of the episodes that I've been trying to pull off for like a year. So we'll talk a little bit about that and everything that went down. Wolflust is in the house. What's going on? She is a badass, absolutely. Loving the haircut. Thank you. You noticed. Thank you, Wolflust. Anyway, who's gonna hit the intro? Rizero, what's going on? Someone hit the intro. You guys gotta hit the intro. It's the only way we officially start the episode. You know what? Hit the metro. All right. Chena, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. I don't know what happened to the screen right here.
I see myself.
I don't. It's gotta do something. It's gotta do something. I don't know why that messed up. Oh, I know why it messed up. Never mind. I got this. Check this out. Boom. Now you guys can see her full screen. There we go. Pro streamer, you guys. Pro streamer. Thank you. I've done this for a year straight, Jenna. I've done this for a year straight. See how smooth that was?
Rocket science to me. Whatever you're doing with this, it's like rocket science. So good on you.
I mean, listen, I may have had some help, and I've been known to do a couple of technical issues here and there. So it's why the show's called Unmuted. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. I start this thing off by saying I gave you a little bit of an intro before the intro, but we like to kind of get to know the guest better. So in your own words, who wants a sexy wink? Rexter, no time for a sexy wink now. In your own words, could you introduce yourself to the tribe?
Yeah. Hey guys. So I am Chena. I'm based in the US. I live in DC. I play in a band called Rome Music and Catalyst Crime. And yeah, I think that's really what I'm about.
So the way I was introduced to you was because you lived in Dubai for a while, and we would go to the same shows. We would just bump into each other. We have a common friend, Sandy Sin, in the house. And yo, Alexi Khouri is in the house. What's going on, brother?
Hi, Alexi.
Oh, you know Alexi as well? That guy's everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd bump into each other at shows and things like that. And then I only actually, we never had a conversation. I only actually found out that you were a guitarist, you were a musician after you left. And our friend JM said, oh, you should check out her Instagram. She posts a lot of really cool, sick, like guitar licks and stuff, and does some covers, and she's working on a band. And I was like, I didn't. When did this happen? And so our time bumping into each other in Dubai wasn't really very conversational. But
no, it wasn't. Yeah.
Take us back to that. What were you doing in Dubai? What was going on? How'd that happen?
So I guess, yeah, let me take you back to London. So this is how I know Alexi actually. So I lived in London for a few years. I met Alexi at a guitar shop, I think on Denmark Street or something. So hey, Alexi. Um, and so I was in London working. I was studying. I was a student. I did a master's program in London, and then after that, I got a job working at Reuters. And so I did that for 1 year, and then I really wanted to stay in London. I loved it over there. But my company, they got an opportunity for me to move to Dubai, working in Dubai for however long. It was a contract. It was a contract, yeah. So I moved to Dubai to just basically work, do so my day job. I work in financial services. So that was a cool opportunity to get to Dubai and meet all the great people like yourself over there and check what it was about. And definitely one of my favorite experiences so far in my short life.
So wait. Financial services from gone from DC to London to Dubai. Let's because that's not usually what you hear when you're talking to musicians. Like, yeah, how'd you get here? And because of this contract with financial services. Let's rewind it like a lot. Let's go back to the very beginning. When did you fall in love with music? What was the beginning of music for you?
Definitely when I was like little, I just always loved music. I used to sing actually. That was like the first type of musical thing I did. I wanted to be a singer. And I listened to all sorts of music growing up. At home, I remember my dad had like Queen records and Fats Domino. I don't even think he knew what it was, but he had it. And I looked at it and I listened to all of that stuff. And I definitely just fell in love with just everything I heard. I tried to learn keyboards. I sucked at that. And then when I was maybe around 13, 14, I wanted to kind of strengthen myself as a singer. So I just decided what instrument would be cool to accompany my singing. And I wanted to do the whole singer-songwriter thing actually. So I just got a guitar and I just started teaching myself.
So what kind of music was it back then? Because for those that have checked out the Instagram page and your bands and stuff, it's pretty fucking heavy metal.
Yeah,
what's the singer-songwriter stuff about back then?
Yeah, like honestly, I listened to so much growing up. I loved all the singer-songwriter stuff. Don't want to start naming pop punk bands and stuff I liked growing up, but I listened to like Green Day and the pop punk, Blink-182, all of that stuff. When I was a kid, I loved the boy bands as well, and just whatever. And I think it just started getting heavier and heavier. I discovered Iron Maiden at some point, and I was just like, wait, holy shit, what is this? Like, I know I've heard this band at one point because there was a song I loved as a kid called Teenage Dirtbag by a band called Weezer, and then they were like,
there's a whole generation of people that found out about Iron Maiden because of that song.
Right. So then I was like, I think I found Iron Maiden on some channel we had in the US back in the day called Music Choice. And I would just, after school, I would literally just like put on the channel and just flip through genres. And it landed on like classic metal or something like that. And I was like, hey, I recognize this band from that song. And the song was Aces High. And I was blown away. And I think that's when my love for metal was found. And I was like around 13 at the time. And I just started like looking at, different genres and researching like what I liked. I got into metalcore as a teenager. I was very big on that. I still really like metalcore and stuff. And it just honestly just kept getting darker and darker. As I just kind of like delved into my musical journey. And yeah, now I mean, my favorite genre is metal. I still listen to all sorts of styles, but metal definitely is like the genre that just speaks to me the most.
Is there still we'll go back. I want to dissect a little bit of that situation. But is there still is singing still on the table for you?
So, I put the singing on hiatus for a long time. And I just kind of forgot about it. And I was like, wait, I used to sing. And now I started singing again. I do need to like take lessons and like, kind of revisit all like the little techniques and stuff and the right ways to sing. But yeah, I think soon I would start showing the world I can sing again.
Oh, sick. So we're gonna be looking forward to seeing a whole new side.
Yes.
That's gonna be sick.
I'm excited about that.
I wanna go back to you getting from Weezer to finding out about Iron Maiden and getting into metalcore and stuff like that. What were the people around you like at that time? What was your family's reaction to baby girl singer wants to buy an acoustic guitar, now listening to people screaming their heads off?
Yeah, no. So I don't come from a musical family at all. And I definitely do not come from a rock and roll metal family, or even like the community that I grew up in. It's not like that at all. Like nobody really listens to that stuff. But like I've always just been a person where if I find something I like, I'm just really curious about it. And I just start like trying to like, just research and like I just really get into it, and it kind of consumes me. So I found kids in school, we were kind of like the freak kids, the anime geeks. So, like the kids.
We have a couple of those like, in the chat, by the way. Riz, Belfagor, I see you guys.
Yeah. So I just found like, the kids in school and are a bit alternative and stuff. And I remember meeting a guy in high school who's a bit older than me, a few grades ahead. He was a big Korn guy, like, white guy. He came to school with like braids in his hair and like these band shirts, whatever. And I was like, oh, I want to be his friend. And turns out he played guitar, and he like helped me when I started playing. He taught me some stuff. And like, yeah, along the way, like I never actually took formal lessons. I've just learned by, just mimicking what I see, asking guitarists better than me, and just kind of just trying to, just learn from other people, really. But yeah, my community was not metal at all. But I'm surprised my family, especially my dad, he was very, very supportive. When I was like, hey, Dad, can you buy me a guitar? Like, he definitely did. And like, when I would ride in the car with him, when I was a teenager, I'll be blasting like Bullet for My Valentine or something in the car. And he was like, trying to like sing along and act like it's okay. It was kind of funny. But yeah.
Did they, so the family was supportive and stuff, but did you have any, because I'm from the fucking Middle East, trying to explain to my family why I scream into a microphone, even when we were teenagers, they still don't get it. They're like, it sounds completely crazy to me. Outside of the family unit, did you have like to sit down and explain to friends, like, listen, this Azalea dying thing is actually pretty cool if you guys give it a shot? Did you have to explain what metal is to people that have never heard metal?
Yeah, I did. Like, I started like dressing with all the band shirts and in black and in spikes and whatever in school, and everyone in my school's like, who's this girl? Like, why is she like this? Everyone like liked rap and hip hop and R&B. I went to like a predominantly Black Hispanic school here, and that's just not a thing for these communities. So, I still had friends and stuff, and I would like be listening to music, and they'll like obviously hear it from the speakers, and it's like, what is Chena listening to? So I did actually remember showing a friend As I Lay Dying at one point.
Specifically, I remember that band
I
being
know.
the catalyst, right?
Yeah. And it was so funny because they're like, oh, why are they shouting? Like it sounds demonic. And I'm like, but this is a Christian band. And I was at the point where As I Lay Dying was kind of like a Christian band until before the whole
Craziness, yeah.
controversy. Yeah. But so I was like, actually, this is a Christian band. And I would like try and like show people it's not satanic by showing them Christian metal bands.
Nice. That was the end, right?
That was the end. And I'm like, yeah, this is much more godly or whatever than like the crap you're listening to, the whatever Little John or whatever they were listening to at the time.
Mine was the way I tried to explain it. Before I tell the story, I just want to say, Professor Fi, you beautiful person. Thank you so much for the raid. Everybody that came down with Professor Fi, what an absolute fucking badass. If you guys haven't already, please follow Professor Fi. He's a gangster. And Craggers, with that resub, thank you so much. Resubbed at tier 2. Holy crap, holy Craggers. Thank you so much, my brother. An absolute fucking badass. I love you. Oh shit, and Scrappy83. 9 months, Scrappy83. You've been subbed as long as we've been on Twitch. That's fucking crazy. Thank you. Absolute fucking badass. And if you guys don't know who we're talking to today, if you guys are just joining us, exclamation point guest, exclamation bloint, as we like to say here, guest in the chat, and it'll pull up a little blurb about Chena and a link to her Instagram page. So make sure you go and hit that follow. But yeah, instead of As I Lay Dying, what I had was because I mean I didn't have the advantage of being like, oh look, they're Christian. Didn't work for us in the Middle East. But what I did do, and I thought this was genius, was I wrote out. I was gonna say I printed. That's a lie. I fucking wrote it. I'm old. I wrote out the lyrics to Her Ghost in the Fog by Cradle of Filth. Nice. And I had one of my, I think it was my dad or my uncle. I had them read it, and I was like, read this cool ass poem. It's a beautiful poem. Yeah. And they read it, and he was like, this is very nice. It's a good. And then I played him the song, and I was like, this is where it comes from.
Yeah. No, you really have to trick people into like getting into it. Whether it's like using like fusion genres like Linkin Park, like so many people got into like understanding metal a little bit with like, you know, the Rage Against the Machine type of stuff, or Linkin Park, or yeah, from my tactics, showing them Christian metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have to ease your way, you know, you have to ease their way into it for sure. Like I would never have just shown somebody like, you know, like Carcass or something, you know, or something with a funny name. Definitely have an explanation for them and just kind of be like, yeah, just entry level bands. Cause that's how I started. Like, cause I remember when I was first starting, I remember hearing Arch Enemy around the same time I heard the Iron Maiden song, and I was actually pretty scared. I was like, oh my God, like I thought Angela was like a guy singing. So I eased my way into it as well. And it turns out that, I mean, I absolutely loved it. So.
Yeah, that's actually one of the points that I wanted to touch on with you, because getting into a genre like metal, surrounded by a bunch of people that might not be metalheads, is one thing. But yo, Rexter, thank you for that gifted sub, man. What a fucking badass. And Dean, welcome to the tribe. Thank you for hitting that follow. Getting into a genre like metal with surrounded by people that aren't necessarily metalheads is one thing, but I don't know what it was like getting into that in DC back then. As a girl, as a woman, because metal, and we've had tons of conversations about this on the podcast, but especially back in the day, and back in my day, I have to say that I have a gray beard, but back in my day, it wasn't as easy for female musicians to find their voice and their kind of spot in scenes, especially in much smaller scenes. But what was it like for you? What was DC like? Was it more accepting than I can imagine, or was it the same as pretty much the rest of the world back then?
I mean, I would say it really just depends on your environment. For me, it was a bit weird because not only am I a woman, I was also like a Black woman, which I never saw anyone who looked like me get into metal. But for me, I just honestly, I didn't care. I just found like people I knew who liked it, and I just would just start talking to them. Like I would literally just like see someone in school or wherever, and I'm like, oh, they're wearing a metal shirt. I want to talk to them because I like to have this conversation with people. And yeah, people they were accepting when they realized, oh, okay, maybe she does actually really like it, or she wants to like get to know what you're about, whatever. So I think people were accepting. I think the difficulty is the initial fear of like not seeing people who look like you, and being afraid to just talk to people who don't look like you.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, in school, whatever, I didn't know any girls who played guitar or any girls who really liked metal or anything. Like I just hung out with the boys, and I was just like, hey guys, I like
this
metal.
Is it.
This is me, accept me, okay?
I want to we'll dive a little bit deeper into that, but there's a fucking hype train that I missed. Thank you guys for that fucking hype train. Chena, question: when you say the word train to any metalhead, what's the first song you think of?
Crazy Train.
Crazy Train, you guys. It's a fucking crazy train. We like to throw up a little bit of a hype train kind of celebration there. Oh my God, look at all these fucking gifted subs. What a bunch of badasses. Wolfless, thank you for the gifted sub. Professor Fine not only rated, but gifted another sub. Sandy Sin gifted a sub. 4 Derpy Paws with 200 biddies. Look, we're on level 3. How do you guys do this? Thank you. I genuinely appreciate it. And listen, wait, let me get over here. Listen, you guys. I love you. Thank you, everybody. Chena, this is the tribe. This is the kind of maniacs that we have here that love supporting artists like yourself.
You're awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking crazy craggers with another gifted sub. But going back to just starting out and just starting out, the way I tried to explain what some of the people that I've seen reacting to your videos said were like, oh, she actually shreds. Like, oh shit. Thank you for the 1,000 biddies, Rex. They're fucking badass. And craggers with a gifted sub. We're on level 4. Thank you. Fucking badasses. But that idea of, oh, she actually shreds. Like you were saying the story of like, you would sit down and talk to people about metal and they're like, oh, you're actually into it.
Yeah.
Have you felt like you had to kind of constantly prove yourself to people, to musicians, or just seeing people? That you're genuine about this fucking craft?
Yeah, no, I think even till this day, I think there is a part of me that still feels like, oh, I have to prove it. Because if like, I always want to get better. I always want to, my technique and stuff to get it better, to play faster. And I just feel like people do have, stereotypes do exist. I've gotten weird comments on my YouTube or whatever saying like, oh, I didn't know someone who looks like her can play this. I thought she would play hip hop, like that type of stuff. So I do feel like there is still a part of me that's like, I know people, some people are thinking like this. So obviously I want to, put my best self out there and show what I can actually do. Because lots of people, they see a girl guitar player and they're like, not everyone, but I feel like there's a little sentiment saying, she sucks or something, like They have to hear it.
There's that's one of the things that that I was really interested in when we set up the conversation. I was like, man, there's got to be some sort of like insane resilience and perseverance to the way you approach things. Not only because like you got to that level of guitar, self-taught and against all that, but I feel like you just in that kind of situation, you're always like, yeah, listen, man, I can play it. Just shut up. You always have to. It's like auditioning, right? It's like when you get to a certain level, you just have to constantly try to prove yourself again and again.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, though, I think it has to just be intrinsic and it has to just come from within. Like, yeah, there are these people that, you know, I feel sometimes are at the back of my shoulders, like looking and watching what I do, and it's weird. But at the end of the day, like whether they're there or not, I would keep playing and I would keep on trying to get better because the love is for the instrument, for the music, and it's not really to have to prove it to anybody. So yeah, I think I would just keep on going because I just love it so much. I mean, before Instagram and YouTubes and whatever, I was in my bedroom just playing to myself. And actually up until like last year when I joined the bands and stuff, I was still doing that. So
that's a great segue because I wanted to ask about like what the stepping stones were. You know, from singing to an acoustic guitar to an electric guitar and starting to shred along with some metalcore, and then what was the in between? Was there any bands in between, or was it just practice alone in the bedroom 6 hours a day? What kind of vibe was it back then?
So I mean, I first started off with an acoustic guitar. I started off also just playing blues stuff. I really love the blues. Stevie Ray Vaughan was my favorite guitar player, so I would always just learn all his stuff. And like that was maybe like around high school. So I would play with people in high school, like some guys I know who played and they were good. I would watch them play. And then in college, obviously I met more musicians there. And I really just like jammed out with people. You know, sometimes we would do a show. I was working with different musicians that we used to do Pearl Jam covers.
Nice.
And like played in a bar or whatever. And I tried to form a band around then as well, but I just think there was not really much commitment from everyone in the bands, and everyone was going to do your own thing. I was studying and I knew I wanted to move. I was like gearing up to move to the UK for like another program and stuff. So I think really for me, like music is something that's always been in my life. It's something that I'm always going to do, but there were also like things I felt like obligated to complete as well. And that's why I didn't go study music, or, you know, I went to school and I did something academic. And I just wanted to just make sure like, okay, I got this down. And if I never want to have to like have money problems or whatever, like I want to like use my career or whatever to fund my music. Mm-hmm. And that's how I saw it. And also just coming from like an immigrant family, like my family is originally, we're Nigerian. I was actually born in Nigeria. You know, we moved to the States when I was around 10 years old. You know, my family as well, they had their own expectations. I think that definitely also put pressure on me to just like make sure I went to school, I went to college, and I did all that. But at the same time, obviously just trying to keep the music alive. And now that I'm older, and I have more flexibility and freedom with what I do and more money, I can now go on and like do all the things that I've kind of been putting on the back burner for so long. And also think back then I felt like I wasn't ready, but now, I feel ready to go full force.
But that's amazing to have that passion for music, but also be like, listen, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this smart. You know what I mean? Because this is episode 11 of season 2. and we did 100 episodes of season 1, and we've talked to a lot of musicians from around the world. One thing in common is where musicians fucking just they dive head first into the concrete. That's kind of the thing. So having that like foresight to be like, I need to establish myself first and kind of have that foundation. Coming from an immigrant background, your parents moved to the States. You know what it's how important everything is to kind of stabilize yourself and all that stuff. Yeah. Was it harder to kind of let go of a bit of the music stuff while you were studying, while you were working on the foundation that you wanted to build?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely hard because I knew that's what I wanted to do, but there's still this thought in the back of my mind, like, okay, I want to do this style of music, like it's not the most lucrative style to do, still very niche and stuff. So obviously there's this desire to just want to go full force, but I also knew that there are different elements to myself that I shouldn't sacrifice as well. I definitely want just complete freedom in my life one day, not to have to worry about anything and just like do what I want. And I just felt like maybe it was the better path to just keep on learning, keep building myself, establishing myself, at the same time, not let that take away from what I really want to do with music. Because lots of people they do end up letting their dreams die. But I just always knew that this was going to be a part of me. I always never really let it, never let it die and stuff. I just kind of wanted to do it all. It's hard to do it all, but I'm trying.
I mean, trying is an understatement. I think you're fucking killing it. And someone else that's been killing it for a while, Malian Drum is in the chat. Hey Adnan, what's up, tribe? I had no idea you both knew each other. Hey Chena, how's it going, Mike? Good to see you here, man. For those that don't know, let's give him a shout out. Mike's from Monuments.
Oh,
He plays drums in Monuments. He played for a bunch of other bands. He's sessioned for bands here in the UAE. That's how I got to meet him, and that's kind of my story with everyone. That's how I met you as well. You ended up in Dubai for a little while, and I start meeting people that way. But yeah. Hey, how's it going, man? Thanks. Awesome to see you both hanging out. So cool. Such a small world. It is. And that's a great segue, actually, because once you get into the metal community globally is very small, very tight knit. And for some reason, we all end up finding each other in any way. Like you moving to London for work, meeting Alexi, and me ending up knowing him because he was in Lebanon with JM. Like it's just everyone just fucking knows everyone. Has there moving around, going to London, to Dubai, being in DC, playing with a bunch of different musicians around the world? What was your favorite experience? What was your biggest learning curve before joining the bands and stuff? What were some of the most important moments of you being a musician, coming up as a musician while traveling and learning the craft?
Yeah, I think all this time, I've kind of just been, on the sidelines in the shadows, but I definitely was learning. When I would go to shows, I would always go to shows often, and I kind of learn and watch what they're doing and pay attention to what's going on, and just I think just being all over and stuff with London and Dubai, I met so many great musicians, and I definitely am not forgetting those little things that I learned from them. Mike's band was awesome, Monuments. I would play, or Ollie he just left Monuments, but he would show me some stuff, some tricks, tips, whatever it was. So I definitely, owe him a good thank you for that. And Alexi, watching him, I said, we met on Denmark Street one time. I just saw him playing psychroptic covers. That was so cool. So I just kind of like over time, I've just kind of been watching, learning what I can from people. When I used to do like merch stuff. I used to be like a merch girl too. I like went on tour one time, I think the Summer Slaughter tour. I learned that way. So I think definitely I've just had like a collection of experiences and like just people I've met along the way that have been able to like help me, and just kind of like watch them and grow myself in ways that I can and just learn from people better than me, really.
It's some of my favorite personal experiences have been being on the road doing something else other than being on stage. You just learn so much because you're just observing at
Yeah.
that point. You're not trying to do a lot. Like I went on with Nerve Cell from Dubai, and I was just doing their videography and photography for a tour. I think I've learned more on that, like just a very short trip around
Yeah.
Europe than I have playing anywhere else or talking to anyone or doing anything. You get to experience the actual like behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah.
but also be a part of it at the same time without the pressure of the spotlight.
Yeah, exactly. Just learning the music business and how things go. In college, I also interned at like a artist management company here in Maryland. They managed bands like Periphery, Veil of Maya. So I got to like see like what that was about as well, like, booking tours and marketing and, all those types of like background stuff that comes with the music business and stuff. So that was really helpful. So I feel like I've observed for quite some time and now ready to kind of like apply it to my own life and my own goals and all of that. So, yeah.
So speaking of applying it, because you guys just dropped a single with a music video and everything that goes along with that for Rome Music. This is the first time I see you like promoting the band and the all the behind the scenes stuff is done and you guys are hitting the ground running. Can you tell us a little bit about Rome Music and what it was like? How'd you join that band? Did you guys start it? What was going on there?
Yeah, so I mean, this whole past year has been it's crazy, and I definitely feel so bad for people whose work, especially in the music industry, all the tours and stuff have been canceled or were canceled. But for me, it definitely was an opportunity. Since I started working remotely, I had extra time and just energy to just stay home, and like I took that opportunity to just say, okay, this is a time I can have to kind of get a jump start with what I want to do with music. So actually Rome reached out to me. He reached out to me sometime last year. And he was like, hey, we're looking for a guitarist for a band. And I was up for it. I checked them out. I really like the style he was going for. And I started working with them on Oceans, and we recorded that. And I flew down. The band's based in Texas, so I kind of go back and forth between where I am here, the DC area, and Houston, Texas. So we shot the video, and we've been working on new songs, and we're going to be dropping them all the next few months. So everyone should keep their eyes peeled for those new tracks and stuff. So it's just been really, really cool, just kind of connecting with musicians, just different states, different countries right now, especially with everything being remote. It's been cool.
I love that you already answered, because I was going to ask you about this, but you already answered it. As singles. You guys are taking the singles music video. Each song gets kind of its spotlight route versus the dense album that we grew up listening to, right?
No. Obviously we're DIY bands, like independent. I think we want people to just always, be on their toes, like just what, like we want the visuals. I think that's been lost with certain aspects in, you know, our genre. Because growing up, I love to watch music videos. I mean, long time ago when MTV actually did music, you know, I would like sit there and watch music videos. It kept people captivated, and you know, I think that's definitely a part of you know, the entertainment aspect of music, and that's how we see it. So obviously, we want to continue just releasing singles, dropping singles, and you know, giving people like a fun music video to watch. You know, engaging them with in that way, and just like yeah, making great songs. And we don't want to get like we don't want songs to get lost in an album. I think sometimes like this is just my opinion. I think sometimes like artists, like, you know, they'll make a full album and stuff. And like for me, when I listen to albums, the truth is I have like 2-3 songs that I love and I just keep listening to those.
The go-tos, yeah, you always have your go-tos, yeah. And then the deep cuts are the ones for the rest of the people.
Exactly. And then sometimes even at shows, like I want to see a band and I want them to play those songs that I really like, you know, and they end up playing other songs. And I'm like, okay, obviously I support and stuff, but I really want to hear these specific songs. I think that we just want people to continue to be engaged in our shows and stuff. We're going to play the songs that they love. You know, the music videos that we've shot. We just want that level of engagement and attention with everything that we put out. So we'll see how it goes. I think this is the move. I believe in it, and I hope people see what we're trying to do here.
Now I wanna play everybody the music video for Oceans. I just want them to check it out while we talk about it. But before we do that, what's the best way to support an independent band like yourselves? Like where are we linking everyone to?
Definitely support us by listening to our music on all streaming platforms, buying our merchandise. I'll have the links for you so you can post all of that. That would be great. And obviously you just keep watching our videos, commenting on our stuff. That is super appreciated. But yeah, just keep supporting us this way and make it happen.
Is there anything you want to tell us before we play this video about the video, about the song? You guys are in a couple of different locations here. It seems like a pretty big shoot.
Yeah, so I flew out to Texas. We shot this in Galveston, Texas. It was a very interesting day. We worked very hard on this because it was quite uncomfortable. We actually went in the ocean. If you haven't seen it, like, we take all our instruments and we go in the ocean, and like it's actually more difficult than it looks. I was literally sinking into the sand. It is freezing. The wind's blowing. My hair is in my face. I can't do anything about it. And I'm just like, you know, in the ocean trying to headbang and make sure I don't fall, because that would be very bad for me and my instrument. So we have to make sacrifices to make good art. So no pain, no gain.
There we go. And since we're back after this this music video, we're gonna answer a bunch of your questions. So while you guys are watching this, throw up the fire if you dig it. Let's see some of the emotes fly up. And if you have any questions, drop them in the question box right now. So as soon as we're back, we can answer all your questions. Here's Oceans.
Hey, Ron, you see Manny checking you out. Oh, not this. Oh, not this again. Oh, y'all gotta remember this weekend's about me. Your boy's getting married. Right? I'm next. Oh, you ain't next. Oh, you know I'm You are not about that life, man. Hold him, bring. Hey, come on, dog. What's up? Stop right now. Good shit tonight, guys. Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate you guys coming, man. Tomorrow's the big day. I'm glad y'all have my back. Hey, what's up? After tomorrow. Forever. Candy shop. Well, I got unlimited candy. Y'all crazy. Y'all boys can live the single life all y'all want. I'm good. Trust me. I'm good. Damn, bro. Hold it, pull up the truck, dog.
No. What's up, bro? Are you ready, bro? Is Brittany the one? That's what I'm asking. Bro, this
You
is
gonna
what-
ask us the day before the wedding, bro? Yes, it's the one, man. She's the one. She been the one, bro. Trust me. I do not regret this decision at all. This is the best decision I'm ever going to make in my life, dog.
I believe it. I'm just asking because, you know, it's still young, bro.
I know we young, but dude, she's literally my everything, bro. I know you gotta ask this because you're the best man, playing the best man role. The wrong is good. She is literally everything to me. She's the reason I breathe, bro. I couldn't live without her, bro. That's literally how I feel.
I was just asking, but we standing there, bro.
Bro, I'm crashing at Holden's place.
Oh, you gonna hold it?
Yeah. Brittany got the apartment. I let her have the place tonight, so I'm crashing at Holden. I'll see you tomorrow, dog. It's gonna be a great day. One to remember, dog.
My dog, I love you, man.
Hey, Holden, let's ride, bro. Yes, sir.
This looks like the end of your road. The water's so cold when you lose hope. I'll fight for you when you have nothing left. I'll fight for you when you're at the ocean's depths. I'll fight for you. Won't let you drown again. I'll fight for you. We'll be here till the
I feel like I'm lost, like I don't have a soul. Put the gun to my head, cause I just wanna go home. This era isn't for me, everyone's eyes are glued to a screen. They dancing on TikTok like internet fiends. They follow the trends, but never they dreams. Families in poverty, swimming in debt. Got them all begging for stimulus checks, while girls on OnlyFans getting undressed. Be making 6 figures for showing they breasts. This is the American dream, created a virus to start the machine. No cure for cancer yet, can you believe? But just in 9 months, they made a vaccine. You ain't pumping me with shit, I ain't your guinea pig. If you with me, raise your fist, just know when the shit hits. I'll fight for you when you have nothing left. I'll fight for you when you're at the ocean's depths. I'll fight for you. Won't let you drown again. I'll fight for you. We'll be here till the I feel like I'm broken, I feel so betrayed. Got the noose around my neck to make this pain go away. I just need a vent, got something to confess. Lately I've been crying, I've been feeling so depressed. Call my girl, she done ripped the heart out my chest. Had me thinking that maybe I'd be better off dead. Man, walk and put me in the coffin, maybe then y'all will see me. Cause all your blood sucking fake friends, judging if I caught or try to reach me. My grandma just passed, this shit is so stressful, I'm flirting with death. My illness is mental, I'm drinking my pain, I'm drowning my tempo. It's hard to find God when you dance with the devil.
You got a choice, you got talent, you got a chance, and I want to hear about your environment, what your mama didn't give you, and the white man won't give you no shot. You got a chance. Use it while you're still alive. You don't know what death is. You have no idea what death is.
We got Sandy with the clap, Julian with the fire. A whole bunch of things were being thrown up. You guys were throwing up some whole bunch of what devil horns. I don't know what to call it. I've been doing this my entire life, and I still don't know how to say this. but that was Oceans. And as you guys saw, they were standing on the beach in the ocean. So that's the that's the almost drowning section. Beastly guitar skills from Belphegor, awesome from Craggers, clap from Guilty Gorilla TV, another clap from Julian Gorilla. You mentioned that while filming the video, you could fall back into the water, and you were worried a little bit about the guitar. And I want to talk about this is your first band, first music video out, and you're already endorsed by Jackson. You didn't need touring and a band and an album to get endorsed by Jackson. You're already endorsed by that company.
Yeah, I was endorsed last year, early last year, January, around then. Very cool, because I had no expectation that would happen. It just did, and I was just like, whoa, this was my favorite guitar company, and it was just so cool that they reached out to me and wanted to support and obviously me promote Jackson guitars, which I was so happy to do that. It was just so cool. Honestly, definitely one of my dreams come true, and super grateful for it.
So this is why I bring this up, because I wanted to talk to you about pre Row Music and the music video and stuff. You already had established an Instagram account, like an Instagram page and a YouTube channel where you already did your thing as a guitarist, as a musician. In this day and age, how important is it for musicians? Because I've had some people on here that still don't think they need social media. Like, they don't even have Facebook. How important is it to put yourself out there on social media as a musician?
I think it's really, really important. And obviously you can see the people who do it the best, who are the most consistent, reap the most rewards, with getting their music out there, their self out there, getting support. I think it's so important. Obviously, back in the day, like, this stuff didn't exist. If you wanted to be a musician, you have to actually go in the real world, play shows, build yourself that way. But in 2021, really, like, there's so many different avenues and types of musicians. You can be really whatever you want to be. But I definitely think if you want some visibility, and you want to put your name out there and show the world what you can do, I think if you ignore social media, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Because look at me, I didn't have to do any tours or any of that, right? But at the end of the day, I do want to do that. And that's why I joined the bands, because, there is a difference between just putting yourself on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is now, versus actually going out there. I just think that people need a balance. You shouldn't ignore one or the other. That's kind of how I see it.
I was gonna add, you actually have to be good at your craft. Just having an Instagram page isn't enough, you guys. Work hard on your craft. It's
yeah.
It wouldn't be the same if you couldn't play guitar that well, right?
And the way I see it as well is that, I would put it out there as kind of like a progress diary for myself. So obviously when I look at videos I did like in 2018, they were like garbage. Now they're better for sure. And maybe in a couple of years, they'll be even better. So I also saw it as just a way to kind of document my progress by putting myself out there, and also welcoming people to criticize me and give me feedback, what they think, what I can improve on. I was open to that as well. So yeah, it's a hard thing kind of putting yourself out there sometimes, because they can be really mean people, but that's the internet for you, right? So
We talked a little bit about how it was in a scene, being a person that is trying to get into the metal world. That's not your typical standard metalhead in the community that you grew up in. The internet is even worse. I feel the internet is not forgiving, and for someone that uploads music content to the internet, I'm pretty sure 90% of the people feel like they have a get out of jail free card to criticize and maybe even instruct. Because I've seen some comments where on different kinds of videos and yours included, but someone with some advice, some guitar advice that isn't really accurate or has any foundation. It's just someone, if you held the guitar a little lower, it would make you shred more. How often does that happen for you?
I mean, it happens. I think one time I saw comments saying, "Oh, why is her wrist like that? Like, why is my wrist like I just have bony wrists?" And I just wanted to tell him, like, I literally just have bony wrists. That's why it looks odd to you. But he was like criticizing or like, making a stupid comment about something that really didn't matter. But I just think, people just kind of like, they're behind their screens. A lot of them, when you look at their pages, they're not posting anything. They have really nothing to show for, but I don't know. I just think the internet, social media gave everybody a voice, and some people are just, they're kind of just bitter, and they just kind of want to, just kind of spew negativity out there. But like I said, I'm open to hearing what people have to say. Like, if it is even advice, it's up to me whether I'm going to take it or not. Like, obviously I've seen good advice. I've seen advice I don't think is very good, so I just ignored that. But yeah, just people are trolls, so I've seen all sorts of comments. But at the end of the day, I see more constructive and helpful comments. There's a fly here, sorry. I see more constructive and helpful comments. And I just try and toughen up with the stupid negative ones. That's all you really can do.
Is there any advice you would give to up and comers? Because I know a lot of the tribe and specifically a lot of the people that that listen to the audio version of the podcast are youngins. They're on the younger side because they're not allowed in this channel. It got to be 18 and plus. But the youngins I've gotten a lot of messages where they're immediately put down or deterred from uploading their work because someone said something mean on TikTok or something mean on Instagram. Do you have any advice for someone that's like that at powering through a site? Is there anything that you do that helps you power through and just keep going?
Yeah, I mean, I think this stuff, like putting yourself out there and stuff, it can create anxiety and stuff, because sometimes when I want to post something, I'm like, oh my god, I'm kind of, I don't know, anxious about this one. But at the end of the day, I think you just have to put yourself out there. If you want to do it, I feel like there's no reason to hold yourself back, because at the end of the day, I've seen so many people who are not that great who are putting themselves out there and are successful. So there's no point to hold yourself back. Just do it. I don't think it's smart to say, I'm not ready yet, I'm going to do it later. I just think do it now and watch yourself develop, watch yourself grow. And just realize anyone who leaves those negative comments, they're just bitter people. And there's obviously a way to give feedback and criticism, but in a constructive or positive way. But don't let negative trolley comments get to you, because at the end of the day, you're the one doing the hard work, you're the one trying, you're doing something, you're putting yourself out there, and they're literally just behind their computers and not doing anything. So
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, we're first of all, thank you so much for your time. I know The first time I hit you up about being on the show was exactly a year ago. Isn't that crazy? It's exactly a year ago. But things got away. I moved. The show changed. We moved over to Twitch from Facebook. So I'm super stoked that we eventually got to do this. And in season 2, where things are a little crispier, things are a little different. But the tribe has a bunch of questions for you that I'd love to get through. First question, the question box from Dean. It's what's your favorite video? What's your favorite guitar video or solo that you worked on?
Okay, the favorite guitar video or solo that I personally worked on.
Yeah.
I love Silosis stuff. So all the Silosis little covers I've done, those are my favorite to do because I just love that band so much. And I learn a lot of new techniques and, new techniques and just tips or whatever, just from learning how to play those songs. And I just love the music. So it's super fun to just jam out to that, record all of that. So Silosis stuff.
Silosis. Robert Gorilla is asking you, what's Chena's all-time favorite bands since she named a lot of different ones so far?
My all-time favorite bands. I have like a few. I feel like I don't have just like one, but I can name like I love Rush, Carcass, Annihilator. They're one of my favorite bands. Catatonia, Porcupine Tree, and Anathema. I would say those are my favorite bands.
Nice. That's a great collection. That's a nice
really mix. Yeah.
Healthy. It's a broad spectrum too. You get a little bit of everything in that.
Yeah. I like a lot of different types of music. Like when people say they listen to everything, like then they don't really listen to everything. Like I think I listen to everything. Different subgenres, different genres completely. And I'm just like open to a lot of different stuff. But I really, really do like the dark rock, dark ambient type of stuff like Catatonia, Anathema, Porcupine Tree. Those are like my favorite. And I just death metal. And I forgot to mention death. I love death.
Death, yeah. I feel like that one for death metal heads, it just goes without saying. It's like that's where you have to go, right? I just want to point out, I love the fact that Bloodstock Festival is in the chat and says, love Silosis, looking forward to seeing them at Bloodstock next week. Hell fucking yeah, Bloodstock Festival. Hopefully you guys have an amazing festival over there. I don't know what's going on with the UK in terms of permissions and stuff, but the fact that you guys powered through and the festival's going forward with everything and the band's fucking jealous I can't be there. So if you guys haven't already, Bloodstock Festival, check them out. It's next week.
Nice.
It's next week. Dean's asking, what's yours and Chena's predictions or choice for album of the year 2021? Ooh.
My prediction or my personal taste. I would say album of the year. I just listened to Leprous. Well, I think they have a new single. I don't know if it comes with a new album, but they probably have the album of the year because they always do. So
mine, I honestly don't think I can even. It's just all over the place for me. I don't think I can narrow it down to one. I don't know. That's a great question though. We have another question. Is it true that Michael Bolton made an appearance on the set of Oceans?
No, it is not true. I think I made a comment like that on my Instagram because I took a picture with just me by the ocean and it was really pretty and the sky was super blue and it literally looked like it was a Michael Bolton album cover. And I was wearing white because he loves to wear white. So yeah, he did not appear. I wish he did, but he did not appear on the shoot. It's literally just my imagination.
Well, I mean, close enough, right? It's close enough. And the very last one in the question box, can you tell, it's not a really question, can you tell Chena that the UK misses her, especially me? That's from Dean.
Oh, I miss you, Dean. And I miss UK, oh my God.
You miss who?
I miss the UK, I miss living in London.
Oh yeah. It's a lovely place.
Yeah.
It's absolutely awesome. I want to. Oh, yo, Convos and Chills in the house. What's up, Convos and Chill? She's a Phoenix. Hey guys, Denmark Vocals. What's up, my brother? All is good, my dude. Welcome, 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 everybody that's just tuning in. We're winding down right now. As you guys know, I like to end on this question. It kind of gives us a little bit of perspective. But let me, Chena, I hope you're ready. Let me kill the background music real quick. Get over here, you guys. So we always end on this question, Chena. If you had a time machine and you were able to go back in time, and Lars, don't turn the lights pink right now. If you had a time machine, you were able to go back in time, talk to young Chena, just picking up the acoustic guitar. She wants to sing. She wants to play guitar, become an acoustic singer-songwriter. And you were able to go back to that moment and tell your younger self something, be it a piece of advice or anything you've learned along the way. What would that thing be?
I would say to myself, Chena, believe in yourself and just keep on playing, and don't let anybody tell you can't. Just do it, and don't waste time. Just believe in yourself always.
Hell yeah. Believe in yourself. Oh, who turned off my lights? See, this is what happens when you give these people all the fucking controls. Thank you for the clap, Julian. She's a Phoenix says, preach, goddess. Thank you for the party lights. Rexter, thank you for the 100 biddies. Look at these fucking people. Look at these amazing tribe. Chena, thank you so much for your time. We gotta look. They're moshing Mustafa and bobbing Bob are out to party. We got to do a part 2 when you guys release another single. I'd love to pick your brain about some technical guitar stuff. We're working on a format of the show where it's for the nerds. It's a little bit of a nerd deep dive kind of thing. So that won't be me talking. That'll be someone else that actually knows guitar before the chat fucking gives me shit for it. But part 2s are where it's at. 100% Bloodstock. Where post Bloodstock also we're gonna have a Bloodstock Fest /Squatter show.
Awesome.
But thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure getting to know you.
Yeah.
And one of the advantages of having this show, we bumped into each other all these years ago, and we get to hang out, and I get to learn about your journey now.
It's awesome, yeah. And I really appreciate you inviting me on the show, and everything that you're doing with this. This is completely awesome, and I'm excited to catch your next episodes and get on that technical thing you're just talking about. That would be really, really cool to be part of.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. The tribe already knows this. But just before we end, guys, don't go anywhere. We're gonna be ending the podcast section of the show. But then we're gonna be checking out women in metal. We're gonna be doing a little playlist. All the women in metal. We're gonna be listening to a bunch of music and stuff. So stick around. But Chena, the tradition around here is that the guest can officially end an episode of the podcast. So whenever you're ready, in whatever way you want to say it, just say the words, hit the outro. And then guys, don't go anywhere, because as soon as the outro is done, we're gonna take a little break, and then we'll be back. We'll be back for more parties and stuff. So
awesome.
Whenever you're ready,
okay,
give it a little hit the outro.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching this. And I think we can hit the outro.